Nithyanandam. I begin this video with the blessings of Swamiji, His Divine Holiness, Paramahamsa Nithyananda. I'm here today to share my experiences with my Atmalinga. I wear this Atmalinga 24/7, and it was given by Swamiji during the Cambodia Inner Awakening. This Atmalinga is a constant reminder of the devotion to Swamiji, the deeper awareness, the consciousness, and the higher possibility. Yeah, with this Atmalinga and so many other blessings, life is really a miracle every day. So many miracles happening every day. I'm here to share the two significant miracles. It matters a lot to me with this Atmalinga. Let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Prema. I live in Los Angeles, and we have the most beautiful temple in Los Angeles, so I'm blessed to be part of our temple. So the miracles. So a couple of years ago, summer vacation, we all went to Florida, to Miami, and my younger daughter was 14 years old at the time, and so it's the second day of our vacation near the ocean side that my husband, my daughter wanted to go in jet skiing. They have done that many times, but so that particular day, like when they decided to go in a jet ski, I was saying like not to go, like it's kind of some intuition in me that it's not a day that I saw the sea was so rough. But like, they decided to go in the ocean. And after they left, and they were both like, very comfortable and putting their life jacket and everything, they were going in, that I always before do anything, like pray to Swamiji, connect to Swamiji, and that's become my lifestyle. So that day, like I was kind of it's not a mind related or like I wasn't fear based, but some intuition in me was keep saying like just I went to the guy who rented the jet ski, and my husband and the daughter went actually out of the eyesight, and I was keep something in me was like I went and asked that guy who's in the ocean if someone needs help, like there were so many people are on the jet ski that day, and this guy was saying like there's one person to help if something happens. And then I said, what if two people have a problem? Then he said, okay, then the way I was talking to him, and something in him, I don't know, like he just took his boat and went towards them. So the time was passing, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I was thinking like, okay, they are having fun, and after I couldn't even see them. They were too far from the seashore. Then so after about 20 minutes, I saw them coming back. So they were coming. The guy who rented the jet ski is actually bringing my daughter, 14-year-old, and Kumar was coming by himself. And something didn't sound right. I was just keep holding the mala in my neck and the Atmalinga, just chanting Swamiji's the mantra. And then as they come closer, I can hear my daughter screaming, call 911. I hurt myself and I can't walk, I can't move. And so that was really like very the cry that really touched my heart. And then just keep praying and keep chanting. And then Kumar was coming in the other jet ski. By the time they reached the shore, I called 911. The ambulance came in like few minutes. On the shore itself, the beach. And so I was asking my daughter, since I'm a doctor, like checking her vitals, and she couldn't stand, and she was screaming, uh, like um, like the fear and some kind of shock she was going through. But once I was kind of holding her hand, touching her, checking her pulse rate, and she kind of calmed down, and the ambulance came in, and I just took her inside the ambulance. And the only thing I told the ambulance guys that I'm a doctor, and those guys were making sure that she's not as like, it can be a spinal cord, it can be her backbones, it can be her hip, and so many concerns that when this accident happened, then the ambulance guy, usually they take to the hospital the nearest to them, but they were kind of asking me, and I was suggesting, can you take her to a trauma center? And they didn't say a word. And only thing it came to me at that mind, that's just praying to Swamiji to be aware, to be at that moment, and just checking her, making sure she's conscious, and being calm and being prayerful mode. And I just texted my Mahant of our temple, Muktika, that just please, I want Swamiji's blessings that Divya had an accident. And from the time the ambulance came, the time we walked in, and in the ER doctors showed up right away. We all know that sometimes it can take a time to get people, and the doctors came in, and they were suspecting many things, like could be internal bleeding, could be her dislocated hips, and like, the neck. So it's a very fearful moment. Is it like the damages can be to her life, to a permanent disability, to a lot of unknown things. But the moment thinking of Swamiji, right away I got a response that Swamiji is aware, his blessings to Divya, and he blessed her that she's going to be fine. Took me off all the clouds, all the emotions, all the heaviness, all this from me. And so I was just being there praying, and all these doctors came and evaluated her, and the orthopedic surgeons came in, and they took like 26 x-rays for her from head to toe. And first thing, she wasn't bleeding internally, that she remained stable and conscious, no injury to her head. And after this, all these x-rays, then they were preparing to take her to the operating room if needed, to fix any fractures, because she couldn't move her legs. Then the miracle is she had a fracture in her pelvic bone. It was so close to her major blood vessels, but very narrow. Like it wasn't involving any of her vital structures, like her uterus or bladder or the blood vessels or her backbone or spine. And that fracture did not need a surgery. And all these doctors were like, what a luck this girl, like she's 14, it could have been worse. And I was just like, to me, I know what is like this healing, the miracle, the thing happened, and it was such a moment in my life. I can't explain in words. And she also like remained calm, and Divya is also was in that program. She got her Atmalinga from Swamiji, and all our family was blessed to get the Atmalinga. And this girl, as if nothing happened, and was remaining calm in the hospital, and we came home in 4 days. And like so many things happen, it's not cannot be explained by our logical mind, or like it's only when you go through these experiences you know how in each and every day and each and every thing happens in your life, Swamiji is with you, and he constantly reminding us the higher possibility in us, the consciousness, the deep awareness in us, and constantly guiding us. And one more thing, just a couple of weeks ago, This has happened to my, again, like it's a very life-threatening thing. That's why I'm sharing these two among millions of miracles happening in my life every day by grace of our Swamiji. So this is my nephew, again 14-year-old. Two weeks ago, in the evening, I was getting ready to watch satsang, and I get a call from my brother. He's a doctor too. He practices in Los Angeles. He's a OBGYN. And his voice was broken, and he just called me and said, the boy's name is Shiva. Shiva was walking and a truck hit him, and a hit and run. I don't know what happened. And he was so scared to even go to that spot. And his wife called and said, as if like my brother is going through anxiety and about to get a heart attack like that. The only thing I did again was holding my Atmalinga, holding my Kandamala, chanting Swamiji's Om Nithyananda Paramashivam, and multiple times that I'm just kind of listening to them. The first thing I was asking right questions: is the ambulance there? Is he conscious? And is he bleeding? And so they were not even close to the site yet, but I started going to the hospital. I just told them, bring the boy to the Huntington Hospital. That's where I practice. And immediately the ambulance came, and it was a hit and run accident on a 14-year-old boy by a truck. And in the hospital, like as soon as he came in, his right leg was bleeding. It was an open wound. And he was conscious. I was just holding his hand, chanting Swamiji's mantra. And I know my brother and wife are not really connected to Swamiji, but like the moment that I was started praying, and then they took him for a CT scan, x-rays, everything happened in 10-15 minutes, and he didn't lose much blood, and right away they took him to the operating room. And the doctor who came on that day happened to be a very famous trauma surgeon, and he came and explained to us what happened. And the vital organs, his brain, his liver, and his abdomen, and everything is not touched by any of those, and his joints, hip joints and knee joints and his ankle, all safe. Not even a single damage happened. And it was a compound fracture of his right leg below the knee joint. And so the doctor did a surgery about a couple of hours and came back and said, yes, it's a bad incident, but it was a miracle incident that this boy survived, and no damage to his vital organs. None of his joints were affected, and he didn't lose blood, so that he doesn't need transfusion. And the whole time I was chanting and praying and holding Atmalinga. And my brother's family felt so comfortable when I went there, and he came out of his stress, and his wife was okay, and the boy was okay. I spent a night with them, and I can see these miracles can happen to all of us. These miracles is a possibility. We all have to just surrender and trust Swamiji. So the moments we think those are disastrous in our life can turn into miracles. This is just two of many. When you wear this Atmalinga, when you are with Swamiji, when you are spending your time every single day by listening to satsang, so much of higher cognition, so much of changes, so much of clarity, energy, powers happen in our life. And also, the good news is the Atmalinga process, those days we have to go to inner awakening, and in the Swamiji's presence, he used to bless us and give us this. Now, Swamiji is open to the whole world, and all the centers where the Atmalinga meditation processes are happening every other weekend, and it's a 2 day process. It's very convenient on weekends, and it's on the two-way centers, all the temples, and everyone can receive this miracle Atmalinga from him, from the blessings, with his blessings, and life does become miracle. We are not clouded by any negative emotion, and constantly reminding us our deep awareness, consciousness, nityatva in us. And I end this with so much gratitude and devotion to my Swamiji, His Divine Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda.